Hi there. You've asked me to talk a little bit about how you might be able to stop feeling bad about having Asperger syndrome. You said you were diagnosed quite a while ago and you had some counseling about it, but you still feel that you are inferior in some ways to neurotypical people. You said you had accepted the diagnosis and that it in some ways clarified who you were, but now you are kind of stuck, feeling second rate or deficient in some form or shape. Well, that tells me that you haven't actually accepted the diagnosis and that you deep down believe that neurotypical people, or whatever normal people are supposed to be, are actually better than you in some way because they fit in with the way in which society does things, ways in which you might not always feel comfortable fitting in yourself. And the question, of course, is, do you really want to be like that? Would you prefer to be like that? Or have you not really come to terms with who you are and what the advantages of that are? Certainly, all the people I know who have Asperger syndrome, who have done well with it, have either just completely ignored the idea of the diagnosis and accepted that they are who they are, regardless of what you would call that, and that they have found a way to make the most of exactly what they are and to discover their talents in that. And we all have talents, and especially people with Asperger syndrome often have hidden talents, things you are particularly good at. As a young woman, you're probably extremely sensitive, for instance, having been given that diagnosis, and quite vulnerable with that, which might make things difficult. But your sensitivity could become a real asset as well. And if you find a way to develop that and value it and make the most of it and stop feeling that you're not good enough, then you might find that you start kind of allying yourself and becoming a friend with who you are, rather than bemoaning it or regretting it or resenting it. It's never a good idea to want to be something other than you are. It's always a good idea to really grasp the nettle, to get to know yourself, to fully accept it, to not see it as a handicap, but start to discover ways in which you can really make it work for you. Claim it. You gotta claim it. You got to own it. You got to become who you are. You got to be who you really are. And if you're not at ease with it, that probably means you haven't actually ever really done that yet. You still see yourself as being defective in some way, but you're not. You're special in some way, and you need to figure out how you are special and how that specialness can work for you. So I look forward to hearing from you again, telling me not what your difficulties are being what you are, but having discovered what the good things about you and what you're capable of being are, and to begin to think about how this gift of what you are can be applied to the world, not just to make you feel better about yourself, but to actually change something for the better in the world as well. So think about what you've got and what you are. Forget about what you are not and what you feel you ought to be, because who says? Things are what they are. They have become what they are now, and it's up to you to make something good of it for the future. So grasp that nettle, start liking yourself, start seeing what you're capable of being, and start becoming it with the whole of you, not somebody else. Take care, my friend.